Well. Good morning, my people. Sam here, live production tips and tools, and we are live now. Good morning. Live streaming right now in Canada. It's around 8:21 a.m. in the morning. So I don't know. Again, depending on where you're watching from in the world, this could be good afternoon or good evening. So wherever you're watching from, welcome to the live stream, and I appreciate you being here. And obviously, as always, today we're gonna be talking about live streaming tips and tools. I'm gonna be giving you some of my best tips for getting amazing live streams. But at the same time, we're gonna be taking your questions if you have questions, or if you want me to review your actual live stream setup or your actual live stream, either you live stream on YouTube or any other platform. I would appreciate you sending over your link so that I can take a look. All right, so let me know where you're watching from. Say hello in the chat. And I think I started a few minutes earlier than I was supposed to start. But again, let me know if where you guys are watching from, and questions. Let me see actually on the form if we have any submission, because I posted yesterday for people who are interested into getting the live streams reviewed, and it looks like nobody actually has submitted any live stream for review or live stream setup. But again, that's not an issue. You can still drop it in the chat. If you're watching live right now, you can drop it in the chat, and I'll be more than happy to actually take a look at your live stream setup or your live stream link video, and be able to give you my feedback on it. All right, guys, so looks like, yeah, but you can also, I have put a link down in my description where you can actually get to submit your link, not your link, your link or your pictures, if you have some pictures of your setup, and I will actually be able to take a look and give you some feedback. So let's see who's actually joining me today. Let's see. So yeah, anyway, so that's that. So today, again, as just said, we're gonna be talking about some live streaming tips, and I'm gonna be giving you few things if you want to improve your live stream. Either you live streaming in a church environment, or you live streaming in we got my man Carlos from Spain. Carlos is here. Hey Carlos, how you doing, man? Thanks for joining. I appreciate you, man. How is Spain now? How is Spain right now? How is the weather? Let me know in the chat how you doing, man. It's really good to see you again, guys. Yeah, let's see. Carlos says this is a song from a cult from a week ago. Okay, so you drop the link in the chat, and we're gonna take a look for sure, man. I'm gonna take a look in a moment. So thanks, man. Thanks for joining again. As what I was saying, I was saying that I'm gonna be giving you some tips. You know, how you can improve your lighting, how you can improve your sound. Those are, I say, actually, those are the most important things when it comes to live streaming. Your lighting is very, very important. I will actually say your lighting is about 50 to 60% of your your live stream's quality comes from your lighting. So if your lighting is really well done, you're gonna have a good looking live stream regardless of the type of cameras that you may be using. Because sometimes people think that by getting a nice or more expensive or high-end camera is gonna give you a good looking live stream, and that's not true. Your lighting is very, very important. So let's see. Carlos says it's raining a lot here. Sorry, man. It's actually in Canada. It's raining sometimes, but it's mostly snowy, so it's snowing a lot. But spring is coming, so everybody's excited. It's getting a little hotter. Um, we were going through some cold winter, but we having some hopes now. The summer is around the corner, so kind of rejoicing here in Canada. Thanks, man. Thanks for joining. It says, Carlos says, here I am preparing the stream for this afternoon service. Here is 2:30 p.m. Yeah, man, that's Spain. There's a big difference, man. Here is 8, almost 8:30 a.m. in the morning, so you can see. Well, man, thanks for joining. I appreciate you, man. Let's see. We got Moses in the house. Moses, say hello. Thanks, Moses. Thanks for joining the stream. I appreciate you being here. Hey, guys, let me know if my audio is good. If I'm loud enough, let me know in the chat. I would appreciate. Thanks for joining. So let me see, Carlos. Do I have your link? Did you drop your link in the chat? Because I'm not sure. I can't see it. Let me see on the form if you send it through the form. No, you didn't. So Carlos, let me know. Do me a favor and actually send me your link in the chat, and I'll be more than happy to actually take a look. But also sometimes what happens is maybe YouTube may block the link. So if I don't get to see it, it's probably because YouTube is blocking it, just to avoid scammers. So let me know if you dropped it in the chat, and I will know if maybe it's YouTube blocking it. All right, so Tammy say hello. Tammy, thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you being here. The link is in the chat. Okay, let me see if I can find it. Carlos, I can't really find the link. I think it's being blocked by YouTube. Let me see. Let me go to the back end. Let me see if I can find it actually. Yeah, I think it's being blocked. It's being blocked because I can't see it in the chat. Yeah. So, hey Carlos, let me know if there's a way you can actually either you can type in your channel, okay, the name of your channel. I can look it up on YouTube, or you can quickly fill out the form if you don't mind, and I will actually take a look at your link. So yeah, I think it's being blocked by YouTube, so that's what's happening. Let's see, we got Victor, my man. Victor, thank you so much for joining, my man. I appreciate you. Okay, so Carlos, I got your link here on WhatsApp. Let me see if I can actually forward it to myself real quick. Thank you guys for joining. Again, you can go ahead and fill out quickly. There's a form that you guys can fill out, and I'll be able to actually, because it looks like the chat, if you try to drop your link in the chat, is not actually working. I mean, YouTube is blocking it, so that's that. Carlos. Hold on, guys. I'm trying to transfer the link to myself. Come on. Awesome. Awesome. So let's see who we got. So this is the title on YouTube. Okay. Well, Spanish, can't read Spanish, but I'm gonna find you. Okay, so I got the link, Carlos, don't worry. And I'm gonna go pull up your link in a moment. Okay, it's not gonna take it's gonna take a minute. There we go. I think I got it. I got it, my man. Perfect. So I got your link, man. I got it right here, so don't worry. We're gonna take a look in the moment, and let's see who else is in the chat. We got we got Tammy saying streaming from Port Harcourt, Nigeria. All right, man. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you being here. And who else we got in the chat? Yeah, it's that's pretty much all the people we got in the chat. Again, guys, keep sending your submitting if you need me to take a look at your streaming, at your live streams. Yeah. So again, really the basic tips for live streaming is really make sure your lighting is perfect. If you nail your lighting, you're gonna get really a good live stream. So as you can see, I'll just give you a quick example in my studio. Everything is not because I'm using a good camera, it's actually because I'm using the whole design behind the studio, the lights that I'm using, the way I design my background. This applies to anything that you may be doing. Either you live streaming for a church or live streaming for social media, doing stuff like YouTube, Facebook, and any other social media. This is very important to make sure your lighting is on a point. Okay, make sure you get a good key light and do some little decoration here and there in the background to just make sure everything looks good. But on the top of that, you want to make sure your audio also sounds really good. Make sure if you're using a mixing board, make sure you apply all the necessary effects, good compression, good mixing. That's gonna make your viewer, because a lot of people actually don't watch videos, they actually tend to listen to the audio before they do actually get to watch your video. Some people will have a YouTube video on and they'll be listening to the audio instead of actually listening to the video. Instead of watching the video. So that's something to keep in mind. So make sure your audio is on a point. All right. So my chat is on auto, so it keeps showing all the messages. Let me just change it. Let's see. So we got Carlos say this is okay. I think I've seen that one. And then this Carlos saying this is a recorded one Panasonic BGH1 and two Panasonic AGUX 180, and all recorded from the A10 Mini Extreme ISO. Perfect. So actually I'm not gonna take much time. We're actually going to go to the video right now and I'm going to watch it with you guys. So guys, remember you can give your feedback to Carlos in real time. No problem. I don't have to be the one giving feedback. Okay. You can give him some tips, or you can also actually learn from him. We could actually be learning from what he's doing. So let's go ahead and actually cut to the video and see. Da-da-da. All right, so far I like what I'm seeing. I'm gonna start with the audio part, so I'm kind of focusing on listening, and then we're gonna go to the camera part, and yeah, and lighting, obviously. So Carlos, let me know if you need me to talk about some particular area of your video, or if you just want me to give the overall feedback. Let me know in the chat. Oh, oh, guys, I'm so sorry. There's no sound. Forgot to unmute my aux out, so my apology. Yeah, let's go ahead and actually restart the video so you guys can hear everything. Now you should be able to hear it.
Si tan solo tocar el borde de su manto, si tan solo pudiera ver su rostro, si tan solo pudiera tocar sus manos, libre sería. Yo sé, si tan solo tocar el borde de su manto, si tan solo pudiera oír su voz, si tan solo pudiera acercarme a él, libre sería. Yo sé, porque delante de ti solo soy alguien que necesita un toque del maestro para ser revelado, porque delante de ti solo soy alguien que necesita una mirada de mi Salvador. Su nombre es Jesús. Si tan solo
All right. So, guys, let me know what you think in the chat. Let me know what you think in the chat. Put your feedback in the chat. Okay, so let's start with the audio, the sound. Personally, I do love the sound. Okay, I know Carlos want me to be super critical, but again, if something is good, I'm gonna say it. So I love the sound. I feel it's well mixed. The mixing is really good. especially this, the at the beginning of the session or the song. It really sounds really good. The vocals are well balanced, the instruments, man, like it really sounds good. Now I have to let you know, guys, the earphones that I'm using, they may not be perfect for, like, getting all the details, but again, for what I'm hearing, the sound is really perfect. I love it. Now, when the drums come in, let's see, I don't know why. Yeah, Victor say, "Oh, Carlos, this is nice." Yeah, it's really good, man. I like it. So now, when the drums come in, I don't know what kind of drums are you using, Carlos. Can you let us in the chat? Are you using electronic drums or using acoustic drums? Because I felt like the drums were a little too, yeah, electronic basically. So I don't know if you're using samples or using acoustic drums. So let me know. That's where I felt a little bit of disconnect, just a little bit. I felt like they were too dry. Again, I'm gonna take a listen again, and then we're gonna go back to camera angles and stuff.
Tocar el borde de su manto, si tan solo pudiera ver su rostro, si tan solo pudiera tocar sus manos, libre sería. Yo sé, si tan solo tocar el borde de su manto, si tan solo pudiera.
All right. So Carlos saying that they're using acoustic drums, and that he actually sent me a picture of the mixer. I think this is the M32 they're using, which is a perfect mixer, the sound console. So yeah, he said they're using acoustic drums. Well, yeah, personally, I feel like for the mix, the keyboard sounds really good. The guitar is amazing. It's well mixed. The vocals, they sound really good to me. The drums, I feel like they're too dry. Yeah, so I feel like the drums, they are kind of too dry. So I don't know if you guys can improve. Are you using are you creating a separate bass from the M32, or you are actually using a DAW like Logic Pro, Pro Tools to mix for your for this online service? So let me know in the chat. But what I would say, I think drums really, they sound too dry to me. If you can improve that, I think the whole thing will be almost perfect. That's the only criticism that I kind of give to you. So let's take a listen again. Let's take a look at the video itself. But Carlos, like, really, the overall thing looks really good, man. Like, even if I'm saying, like, I'm telling you to improve your drums, it's not like they sound horrible. Like, the whole mix really, it's enjoyable, it's watchable, it's really good. Like, good job, man. Like, this is very good. So I'm just telling you where you could actually improve and, kind of make it perfect. So let's take a look at camera
Si tan
angles and stuff.
solo tocar el borde de su manto, si tan solo pudiera ver su rostro, si tan solo pudiera tocar.
All right, so I love this angle. Again, my screen capture, I may be introducing a little more color shift, but the camera angles, I actually think they look really good. Yeah, I actually think they look really good. I love this angle. I don't know, let me see the camera they're using actually, so I think you put in the chat. We use a mix for streaming with the same mixer. Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, so, but I'm assuming you're creating a separate bus for the online mixing, because that's gonna be very, very useful. Yeah, but again, it sounds good, as I said, and just maybe if you could improve your drums, make sure you kind of add a little bit of effects to make sure they don't sound too dry. I think will make a big difference. All right, so as far as camera angles go, I feel like, let me see.
Si tan solo pudiera ver.
This angle is a little, to me, it's a little random. Like the framing of it. So
Su rostro. Si tan solo pudiera tocar sus manos.
yeah, that angle was a little too random, because it's like you're getting like the way it was framed, and I mean, like, I'm assuming this is not something that happens often. So let's see. I love this angle of the keyboard. This is kind of nice.
Sería.
Yeah, I love the movement from the keyboard, from the fingers to the face, and I love the switching to the main singer.
Yo sé. Si tan solo.
Okay, so my next question is, do you have like any front facing angle? Because the main singer, you always guys capturing her from the side. So I don't know if you have any front facing kind of angle. I think that will make a difference. But again, I'm not saying that this angle is bad, but what I'm saying is maybe you need the main, like your main angle kind of be like front facing. So
Tocar el borde de su
I love this. I love the depth of field. This is dope.
manto. Si tan solo pudiera oír su voz.
Okay, let's see. Carlos put something in the chat. Let's see. So Carlos said later he puts himself in the center of the stage. Okay, so maybe okay, she was not in the center of the stage. Okay, I got you. All right, let's keep going.
Si tan solo pudiera acercarme a él.
All right, this is really good. I mean, this is a good angle. I love it. What I would say, so far I haven't seen any angle where we have a nice depth of field, you know, like a portrait angle kind of thing with nice depth of field of the background. I don't know if you guys can add that to your, even like some angles that I see on the keyboard. The depth of field is not really that wow. So it's like using a wide angle, a wide angle lens on most of your shots. So I would love to see more portraits. I would love to see more like intimate angles where, like, you know, if you show me fingers, like everything's in depth of field. You show me the face, maybe you show me like, you know, the upper part, just the face, and, you know, just a little bit of the body, but like have the background kind of blurred. That would that'll make that's going to elevate the whole thing. As for the lighting, I think your lighting's on point. Your skin tones look good to me. um, I mean, it looks good. Your key lighting looks good. The background, it's a little dark, but it looks good to me. The elements you have in the background, they're good. I would say, for the angles, I'm getting this vibe of many wide angle lenses, and and that's, maybe if you could improve that, get few cameras that will kind of give you these close-ups, tighter shots, with the blurred background. I think it's going to make a very, very big difference. So let's see.
Nombre es Jesús, Jesús, Jesús.
Yeah, so I feel like even this angle here, it's like you're using a zoom lens, and then you kind of zoomed in all the way in, and that's what's giving you this is kind of shaky a little bit. So let's see what Carlos is saying. Say we use Panasonic 12 to 60 f2.8. Yeah, so basically that's what zoom lenses, they are good, but sometimes if you need to get some tighter shots, if you're using a 2.8 on a Micro Four Third, then it's probably not gonna give you the best depth of field. But if you're using I think you're using a full frame, one of your cameras full frame, right, Carlos? Can you confirm? But still, I would say I would love to see more depth of field. Maybe, I don't know how close you can get to the singers or to the musicians, but if you could add that, maybe one for the main your main angle, so the person who's singing or speaking, get a tighter shot with a little bit of depth of field, with a little bit of background separation, and get another one maybe for your close-ups, for like musicians playing, or just some side angles, the guitars, all this stuff, all those kind of stuff. That's gonna make a very, very huge difference. But overall, you've got something good going on. Yeah, so it says the Micro Four Third. So yeah, so if you have a 2.8, I have the same lens actually. I have a 12 to 60 Micro Four Third 2.8. It's really okay, but when it gets into low light situations, it starts to kind of, you have limits, right? So I'll say, and the depth of field from this lens, because that's 2.8, that's like 5 point something on full frame equivalent. So that's why you're not getting the best depth of field out of it. So you could actually get a prime lens, like something like a 1.4 kind of thing, and maybe use it on get an HDMI transmitter, right? And have somebody kind of walking around on the stage capturing those moments, those intimate moments kind of thing, so you don't have to kind of be zooming in and out. I think that's going to help. But overall, good job. I think I like what I'm seeing. I like your mixing, it's really good. If you could tweak those few things that I talked about, I think you're gonna have an amazing live stream. So let me see in the chat if we have do we have any tips for Carlos? Yeah, I mean, that's what I would say, man. That's what I would say for this stream. So I think using the ATEM Mini Extreme to switch everything. And are you using actually the same switcher to encode, or let me see. Yeah, so I don't know if you gave me the information. I don't know if you gave me the information about the encoding, but the whole thing, I mean, the overall, man, I think you're doing a good job, and it's fantastic. Okay, so using the ATEM Mini to encode. Okay, man, like it looks good, man. Looks good. You're doing a good job. Just a few tweaks here and there, you should be good. Yes, the same to encode. All right, yeah. So that's really good. I think you're doing good, man. So keep working on it. I think you get something good going on. Yeah, by tweaking those few things, you should be good to go. So I didn't get any. Let me see if I got any submission for the stream. For the stream review. No, so I didn't get submissions. I think a lot of people are streaming today, sleeping, because this is too early. Obviously, I was testing something new today that I haven't done before. But well, I do appreciate you guys for joining me today. Again, as I said at the beginning, really, your lighting is the most important thing for your streaming. And again, Carlos, your lighting is really good. I think it looks good. And your sound, and your sound is really good. So if you have your sound, well, taken care of, and your lighting is good, man, you're gonna get an amazing stream. Now, any camera, again, I always say, even if you have a camcorder, it's going to give you a good picture as long as your lighting is good. But I do still recommend getting interchangeable lens cameras, mirrorless or DSLRs. Okay. In fact, I was on a call. I was on a Zoom call right before this live stream, and I was talking to somebody. Looking for a consultation for their church live streaming, and what I was telling them was really improve your lighting, your background, your key lighting. Make sure the main subject is well lit, and make sure your background is a little darker. Start from something black, kind of pitch black, and then keep adding few elements for your background. Like, you gotta start from zero, from nothing, right? Either you can paint black your background, you can have some curtains that are kind of black, and then you can start adding some elements. You can do some design, get some white balls with LED lights on them, or anything that will make sure that will make your kind of background be a little more colorful. And then on the top of that, get a good key light that has a good white on you or the main subjects, so to make sure they look natural, the skin tones look natural. And then from there, any camera that you're gonna get is gonna be able to give you a good picture, even if you use your phone, right? But then if you have good money, I mean, you don't have to have good money. Invest in mirrorless or interchangeable lens cameras, because those ones are going to give you good performance in low light. Again, depending on which lens you get, which is a good part. They're interchangeable, so you can get any lens you want for those cameras, right? And then they're gonna give you a good, very, very good dynamic range, so good colors and stuff like that. So that's just my take. So say, Carlos, I have to go edit and prepare things for the service. All right, man, thanks for stopping by, and I appreciate you being here. And say, thanks for viewing my video. It's my pleasure, man. It's my pleasure. Keep doing the good work. I think you're doing something awesome. All right. So guys, so yeah, so that's that. And if your lighting's well, your lighting's good, and your audio, again, for audio, I always do recommend you get a separate mix. If you're using a digital mixer, try to create a separate bass for your sound. But other than that, man, don't try to use the same sound that you're giving to the room to the audience online, because those are two different audiences. They're not using the same. People in the room have good speakers with good that are well amplified, so the experience is not the same. People online may be watching and listening from their phones or from their cars, so you gotta give them something different, a separate mix that you can create from a separate bass on your digital mixer. But if you could also go to you could also use a separate mix using something like a DAW, like Logic Pro or Pro Tools or Ableton Live, and actually mix live, have a separate engineer mixing live for your for your online mix. Okay, other than that, again, if you're creating content for social media, is the same concept. You gotta get some sort of mixer or some sort of microphone. Either you get a USB microphone or an interface, and kind of like mix your sound or your audio, make sure it sounds good. You can use a DAW, the same concept, or you can use the software that you're using like OBS and add a few effects, some compression, to make sure your sound sounds really good, and make sure your lighting is good. Get a nice key light, like what I'm using right now. I'm using the Godox SL60W, and it's a good light for the key light. And then make sure your background has got some colors, got some good vibes going on in the background, not just flat white or pitch black. And that's gonna give you a nice looking picture and a good sounding live stream. Even if I use my phone for this live stream, I mean, it will still look good because I have my background, my key light, everything looks good. And if I add on the top of that, if I add a nice camera with a nice blurry background, man, that becomes like mwah. So that's that, guys. Let's see who else is in the chat. I think we get somebody just joining now. We get Benjamin joining. Say hey Benjamin, welcome to the live stream. Thanks for joining today. So guys, again, just a reminder, if you want me to take a look at your live stream or your live streaming setup, you can fill out the form down below in my description. Again, if I can't review it today, I'm gonna be able to review it on my next live stream. So just drop it, just click on the link down below in the description and send me all the information that I'm gonna need, and we can take a look here on the channel live together with the community, and actually people are going to be able to give you some live feedback. All right, so again, thank you guys for joining today. I was just giving you quick tips on how to improve your live streaming and actually make sure it looks good by improving mostly your lighting, your sound, and obviously once your lighting is done and your sound sounds good, then you need to get good cameras and good lenses. Again, I do not recommend PTZ cameras unless you really need PTZ cameras. If you don't have anyone, you don't have enough staff to kind of operate your cameras, that's the only case that I would recommend getting PTZ cameras, basically because of few reasons: the dynamic range, the low light performance, and the fact that you cannot change the lenses. Those are the main reasons why I always tend to encourage people get mirrorless cameras or DSLRs, or if you could afford it, get a cinema camera. That would be even better. All right, so that's that. As far as camcorders go, I always I tell people not to invest too much into camcorders. Again, some camcorders are really good, but the thing is, they're not gonna give you this a good low light performance. That's one downside of camcorders. But if you have good lighting, you can get away with camcorders. They actually can perform well in some situations. But if you have you could actually get the same results by investing in mirrorless or DSLRs, and actually they actually tend to be even cheaper. Because I was on a Zoom call earlier with somebody, and they were telling me they pay $3,000 for each. I think actually was over 3,000, like 4,000 to get some Panasonic camcorders. I'm like, wow, like if you give me $6,000 or $4,000, I could get you maybe two two full frame mirrorless, and good decent lenses, and those are going to give you really really good picture. So I really really encourage you guys. I know it's intimidating, like those mirrorless and DSLR cameras, they kind of look intimidating, especially for the first time. Camcorders kind of tend to be easier to use, kind of straightforward, but I always do recommend camcorders, mirrorless or DSLRs, because they're going to give you really better picture. All right, so guys, it looks like today a lot of people, I think they are sleeping. Some people are getting ready for because it's Saturday, so some people probably busy. So I'm gonna end the stream today. Again, it was nice chatting with you guys. I wanted to just to come on, just talk about those few tips and actually see if we had some questions and actually get to answer them and actually review some of the streams. So I do appreciate you guys for being here. I hope today was helpful. Again, keep in mind, start with your lighting, and then from your lighting, improve your audio, make sure your sounds good, and then from the sound, work on getting actually good cameras. I still recommend interchangeable lenses and stuff like that, and that should give you a good live stream. Okay, so you can reach out to me anytime. My if you go to my about section on this channel, we talk about live streaming and video recording tips and tools. We talk about cameras, switchers, sound, all those or anything in between. So make sure you if you have questions, reach out to me. You can send me an email, and I'll be more than happy to actually talk to you about your specific live streaming needs, and we can go over it together and actually get to improve, and I'll actually be very very happy to help you out. So make sure you reach out to me if you have any questions. But other than that, if you have any tips, you need any tips, feel free to reach out to me. But other than that, I do appreciate you guys for being here. Thank you, Carlos, for joining this morning. Thank you, my man Victor. Thank you, Tammy. Thank you, Moses. I think Moses from Nigeria. Thank you. Yeah, and everyone else who joined. Can see, yeah, Benjamin. Thank you guys for joining. I appreciate you, and hopefully I'm gonna see you on my next video, on my next live stream. All right, guys, take care, and I'll see you next time. This is your boy Sam, live production tips and tools, and I'm out.